Welcome to another episode of VidORGs Season 2 Mario Party. As you can see, we're in the same shirt as episode 7, but not the same shirt as episode 8. Yeah, we're doing them a little bit out of order. Fell a little bit behind, but this is going to be about our 9th place finisher. Just voted out last night. Let's find out who it is.
Hello, hello.
How's it going, Locke? Voted out last night, 6-3. How's it feeling? What happened? Talk to me.
I mean, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't a little surprised because I thought they would go dig, but then again, I was the one mainly going for Ellie, so I'm not really surprised they switch it to me. I'm just surprised that either maybe even Xander, but Kevin and Peanut flipped.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't confirm because you still do have your jury vote.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so how do you think all the votes fell?
I think it's the only one that I know for sure voted with me is Dig. Everyone else.
Everyone else is potential snake.
Yeah, I know Pink. Pink is definitely a snake.
Yeah, you kind of
Ellie,
had some words for him as you went out the door.
yeah. Ellie, I just never trusted to begin with. Alec and Nintendo are never winning the game. And we had no allegiance to each other anyways. Kevin is... Wait, I don't even remember the question.
I was just asking you who you think was with you and stuff, or like how the votes all fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely Dig, either Kevin or Digging Xander most likely voted with me.
Yeah. The game was a little bit of a roller coaster for you, some ups and downs. I guess also just in terms of activity as well. Part of that strategy I know of yours, but I think you had school and like a lot going on and stuff on top of it. Do you think it impacted the game negatively, or like what's the main reason like you think it came 9th?
Well, I don't think the activity affected my placement, because if I didn't go after Ellie, I think I'd still be in the game. But in the pre-merge, I think it kind of affected me even. But the thing that saved me is that people just trusted Bennett less, so Bennett got the bat in the stick of it. Even though I was clearly more inactive.
Well, I mean, Bennett kind of did it to himself a little bit, taking the greed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, video froze for me. Oh, and we're back. But yeah, you were pretty tightly aligned with Durden. What was your thoughts on him as a player, and then the rest of the Bowsers that you were working with?
He's not he's not bad, but he's just not a winning player in my eyes right now. At least it was his first org, but he just doesn't play a winning game. Because not everyone's gonna just continue to do what you say when you say it. But he's a good guy. I had a lot of good talks with
Yeah. I mean, who do you see as having a winning game right now?
Alexander. I see him having a winning game. I see Dig, kind of. If Dig well, he just won immunity. If Dig can make it any farther, then they don't have time to get rid of him because they'll have to go at each other. So if Dig can make it to the part where the threats start going after each other, I think he can win. In fact, I wouldn't mind a Dig win. I'm sure Durden wouldn't either. Honestly.
I think I mean right now the um, Ponderosa is largely full of Luigi 2.0s, with the exception of Oreo.
Yep.
We have yeah, Brendan. I'm not sure exactly. Like, I mean, obviously he voted against Durden, but he might. I mean, he was I think allied with Dig for the most part. So you could. I do think that Dig. He could very easily get there, or very easily win if he gets there. It'll be tough because it does feel like Mario's are like super like tight.
Pink and Ellie. I don't understand why people if they if one of them isn't out. This this sounds a little bitter, but it isn't. But if one of them isn't out this round, I don't know what they're doing. The rest of the tribe, because they're so obviously like tight. Um, I if I was well, I tried, failed. I would try to separate that.
Yeah. So you got voted. You had a half star. You got in the auction right after merge.
Yeah,
What was the plan with that? And is there any
we
regrets?
no regrets. The plan was if Ellie played an idol, me and Xander were going to play it on. But Ellie didn't play an idol, so I wasn't as worried because I thought they were going to be smart. Um, well, that's subjective, but the plan was basically to just play whenever we needed to, and if Ellie was going to use an idol, then that's when we. But if not, and I made it through, then there was another time to use it.
Yeah. So the challenge that you guys had was largely based around trust rankings. I'm going to pull that up on the screen so the viewers can see that. What's your take on that list of trust rankings and then how the game went down? I guess I'll talk to the viewers about how the game works. Basically, beforehand we got everyone's trust rankings and aggregated it, and as you guys can see, this is how they fell. Then each player picked one person that they wanted to nominate for captain, and if it was tied, the person that was higher on the trust ranking got to be captain. And then what happened is the four people were at the bottom, and the four people that were on top of the trust ranking split into two teams, and then the captain got to choose which of those sides to join. And then the team that he didn't choose, or she didn't choose, got to each eliminate one person from winning, and then whoever was left got immunity. So it kind of speaks to where everyone's loyalties lie and everything. Xander became captain. What was your just thoughts on how it all went down? Seeing the list, where you stood in there, and all of that.
Honestly, I was surprised to be that low. Not really after the vote.
Well, yeah.
I was in the moment surprised to be that low. I was expecting to be at least fourth. Um, but I'm not really surprised because Alec and Nintendog, they haven't really been doing anything. Um, so that was not a surprise. But Dig being last was kind of a surprise, but also not too big of a surprise because he leaves me on red all the time. So I that that was my take on it. But what the trust ranking showed me is that the social game just isn't my game, and I don't think I'm gonna try it again. If that makes sense.
Mm.
It's just not me. It's not my strategy.
Yeah, no, I know you talked about like feeling fake and stuff like that, and it just doesn't work as well for you, I guess. I know I think you called out Ellie as being fake, or did you call Mr.
No,
Pink
it's
out?
pink. Pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's number one on the trust rankings. And I'll tell you, 5 players put him as their number one. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's Tyler BB 22 or 20 or whatever. Anyway, so Xander was nominated as captain. Um, did did you vote for Xander to be captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were one of the votes, um, and he ended up, he had the choice between joining Pink, Ellie, Kevin, and Peanut, or to choose to join Alec, you, Nintendog, and Dig. Why do you think he chose to go to the Mr. Pink, Ellie,
Well,
Kevin,
he
Peanut side?
claim he claims it was a coin flip. I don't I don't know how much I believe that, but my only logic to that um, is basically I think he thought it would be a challenge and not a straightforward elimination thing. If he was really not telling the truth about the coin thing, but I kind of think he was. Like, he, he just had no reason to lie to me. So, I
And
mean, he could,
yeah, and then
but
so
that's just my thing.
so who did you end up eliminating?
Ellie,
Ellie. Okay. It came down to the final choice was between Pink and Xander. Do you know who made the final choice?
Dig, I think.
And if that's true, why do you think Dig chose to give Mr. Pink safety instead of Xander?
A good question. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Cause I wish I knew. Cause that would be stupid. Um, in hindsight, I should have got rid of Pink, uh, instead of Ellie. Cause it probably would have been a little bit easier to get votes on Pink, cause he's more of an obvious threat. Um, and he was apparently going to be voted out last tribal. I don't really believe that though.
What do you mean he was a be voted out? Oh, when Brendan
When Brendan, yeah.
decided to quit. Yeah. Obviously, I mentioned at the beginning I haven't actually talked to Brendan yet, so I don't know the full scoop from that episode. And I'll be digging into that. But what why do you think that like I guess where were the votes going? You said the votes were going to be going on Pink, is what you were aware of.
That's yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, but I don't think so. Especially the vote after. I mean, the challenge after. You're telling me 5 people had him as number one, so I don't think that was the case at all. Um, it was definitely someone else going. I was just told Pink.
Yeah. So who do you think the 5 people that had him as number one were?
Definitely Ellie, Alec, Nintendog. um, maybe Peanut. Um, and Dig, maybe if he he told me that um, he was the one that eliminated Xander. Hold on.
All right. Um, got a small interruption. That's okay.
All right, I'm back.
No worries. Um, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting. What did you think of the challenge? Originally, just to be transparent, or whatever, we were talking about doing touchy subjects, and then decided to not do touchy subject in favor of captaincy, which is what we called this. They do similar things to an extent. What'd you think?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, you basically said it yourself. It's they just do similar things. They reveal a lot.
Do you think
Um,
it's harder to hide in captaincy than in touchy subjects?
Say it again. Sorry, my
No,
dad keeps popping in.
yeah, it's all good. Um, do you think it's harder to hide in this captaincy game? Because like definitely after, I mean, Dig popped off a little in tribal, uh, and got things got a little crazy. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to hide in the captain's game because in touchy subjects, that's not the main focus of it. Um, I mean, sure, it's one of the questions, like who's the biggest threat or who do you trust the most. Um, but in the captain's game, it was like the main focus, and it was the only focus. So yeah, definitely.
yeah. Do you see like Pink being number one on the trusted ranking and then winning the immunity? Is that going to paint a big target on him? So basically, like, the question is like, who do you see being eliminated next, and what does final tribal look like?
Yeah, it definitely should. Um, unless Pink has an idol, it should definitely be him or Ellie. Like I said before, I think they'd be really stupid not to. Um, in the final tribal council, to me, I think Alec and Nintendo are pretty much a lock for it. Um, if it's a final two, um, I don't think one of them wins the final immunity challenge. Maybe Alec. I don't think so. But um, because I really hate it for the org and for the, they're gonna see this after. Uh, for the org and for the whole jury, for Alec and Nintendog to be like a final two. Um,
But you think
so
basically everyone, like the way that you're talking is like that they're goats and will get drugged to the end. You think everyone will want to do that?
yeah, I think so. Because I don't think Dig is someone that people consider a goat. Uh, just he doesn't talk to them enough. But when me and Dig do talk, we had pretty good strategy talks. He's not a bad player at all. Um, it's just the trustworthy factor of it.
Sure. Here's a question because it's not really been brought up in my talk with you, um, or Oreo. Like I said, I haven't talked to Brendan yet, or not very much with Durden either, which is kind of surprising. But like, where do you see Kevin in all of this?
Kevin, uh, I see him as the fallen angel or whatever you want to call it. The last juror, potentially second to last juror, but I see him going a little bit farther. Um, I I would love to see him win, but I don't think he will
Do you think he's
unless
playing
he
a good
goes.
game or?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely playing a good game. Um, he he has it all socially. Um, he's obviously he saw something I didn't, um, and he voted me out. Um, and obviously, like I said, he saw something I didn't, and if he could tell me what that is, I respect it either way, because the game's a game,
Yeah.
and um, but I like to see his point of view of it as well, because it could be he wants to bring Pink deeper into the game for a shield. That could be it. Um, but I think that Peanut. This isn't about Peanut.
It can be about whoever.
That's Peanut. He's he's like a floater goat, which is a little better than goat. Um, but he's a floater that still does nothing, in my eyes. Because sometimes floaters are looked at in a good way, but I don't think Peanut should be.
Do you think Peanut was
He
involved or like had a big play in Oreo's vote out, or do you attribute that to other people?
no, he he was basically accepting his fate to me. Um, because he was saying it looks like it's me going. Good luck. And in the voice chat that night, he was like, "Oh, I won't be here for the next challenge whenever we were talking about the future."
Mm.
Um, so I definitely don't think that was him um, working at keeping himself. And honestly, I did not want Oreo gone because Oreo was another one I looked at as like a goat. So and a goat that trusted me, obviously, because I think he bequeaths tokens to me. I think.
Okay. I mean, he's obviously on the Mario side. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
but well, any last thoughts? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up.
Um, I think you got it all.
All right. Well, you want to throw a plug to Locke Viver?
Oh yeah, check out Love Fiverr if you ever want a link, just DM me.
I'll if you send me the link, I'll throw it up in the video description. I don't know how many
Okay.
uh, people will go through it, but um, I'll put it in there. You guys are going to
It's
be
Halloween, yeah.
getting ready to cast for season 5.
Yep. Yeah, Halloween. Well, I already have announced it by the time people see this, so I don't need to say it.
Yeah,
It's like Joker themed.
yeah. I saw the sneak peek
Uh,
trailer. That was pretty fancy, pretty cool.
thank you, thank you.
What's in store with Joker theme? Is there any twists or anything you can share?
Um, Nothing set in stone. No.
All right,
I wish I knew more, but it's still like 2 months out.
sure. Yeah, it's still in the planning, but it's not a theme I've seen before,
Well,
so it's pretty cool.
there'll be a safari, I'll tell you that.
All
And
right,
fire token.
and fire tokens. Okay, that makes sense. Like he's all about like taking money and chaos and everything. So, um,
All right. Good talk. Good talk.
yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for playing in VidORGs. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Um,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
maybe we'll see you in a returning game at some point in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Audio all good?
Yeah. Good to go. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, man. There you had it. That was Locke. The ninth. I had high hopes for him. I've seen him play in previous orgs. Really thought that he was going to come alive right after basically this vote. That's kind of his game plan, is to really play under the radar. He came out a little bit earlier than he normally does to try and break up Ellie and Pink, which he talked about. But that's kind of the all I have for you guys now. Had he survived, I thought he would have gone probably up until about top 5. I don't know if he would have been able to win. Just I feel like he's still a little bit more inactive or out of the loop potentially. But yeah, that's it for you. Episode 8, 9. This is episode 9. We'll see you guys for episode 10 here in a couple of days. Thanks for tuning in. You got a question or comment? Leave it down below. We'll ask it in the next one. All right, have a good one.